Alright, so I'm gonna film a little disclaimer for this video for the beginning. I'm gonna be talking about how I am coming off of Lexapro. I just wanted to give the warning that everyone gives. Please, please, please consult your doctor before you choose to do this. Now, I understand though that especially in this day and age, there's a lot of places where you can get medication through like websites and stuff. If that is not an option, because I think a lot of people are just like, talk to a doctor. You have to talk to a doctor to do it. Some people can't. Right, Luna? There might be reasons why you can't, or maybe you don't feel safe to because you have a terrible relationship with your psychiatrist, like yours truly. Um, do a lot of research. The slower, the better. Never, ever, ever quit any medication cold turkey, especially any mental health medication. Please don't. Um, the slower, the better for so many reasons. And yeah, Reddit and some other websites have a lot of great information on where you can look into, what to expect and all of that stuff. So, yeah. But I wanted to give you an update on eating disorder recovery and also my mental health in general because I am going through a journey. And this journey might mean I might not be making some YouTube videos for a while, but there also might be a lot more in the future. So, it's probably been like a full month at least of not having a scale. And let me tell you, it feels amazing. Letting go of that scale has really let my mind shift into this area where um, I really don't care what I weigh. Um, as long as I'm still mobile and healthy, and I'm not naturally someone who binge eats or something like that. I don't have a strong risk factor for obesity or anything like that. So truly, I have been able to make a huge leaps and bounds with letting go of control of my body shape and everything. And genuinely, when I see what I looked like, especially like 4 or 5 months ago, and especially like a year ago, because that was kind of when it was really bad, a year to a year and a half ago was when it got at its worst again. I am so genuinely grateful to not look like that anymore. And it's not because I was ugly, because I looked gorgeous. And I look gorgeous now, but I see someone who's sick now. And I'm just really happy to feel stronger. But because I'm stronger and feeding myself more, I've been able to look at my life a little more clearly. And I have made the decision to stop taking Lexapro. And I have been on Lexapro for 6 long years. I was put on Lexapro when I went into inpatient eating disorder treatment while I was refeeding. So I was going through the process of refeeding while also getting onto this medication. Therefore, I kind of really don't know how much it changed my brain because my brain and body went through massive changes around that time because I wasn't a whole lot smaller, honestly, than I was this time around, but I had been starving myself much harder for much longer when I went to treatment last time. My brain was a disaster. And I was on a lot of medication when I was younger. So because of some of those experiences, I had a lot of respect for how much medication changes you and changes your brain. And I was always very hesitant to go on higher doses or to try other medications along with Lexapro. I did start taking Remeron around the time I went to the mental hospital a couple of months ago, and I actually discontinued it only a month in because my pharmacy was being weird and I didn't feel like fighting them because I was busy. And probably not the smartest idea, but Remeron did help me get through really that first month and a half of eating disorder recovery. If you've dealt with a restrictive eating disorder, I would, and you feel like you're ready to let go of it, I would definitely recommend Remeron. It will help you sleep at night, which you really need to recover your brain, but it can make food a little more appetizing. It doesn't actually make you hungrier, just for some reason, like you experience food a little stronger. I don't know. I don't know what the science is, but it can encourage some people to eat. Um, but 6 years, dude. I tried to come off Lexapro once, and I did it a lot slower that time, actually, and it went really well. And then around the springtime, I had a really severe panic episode. And at the time, I was like, oh, wow, I quit my medication and I was fine for 4 months, and then I just crashed and burned. And I knew that it takes a while for, especially when you've taken an SSRI long term, for that to exit your system. And I thought maybe it was just like, oh, I really can't live without it. It just took a while for that to hit me. But I don't think that's necessarily the case anymore, because even on Lexapro, I have a panic episode every spring. I think it has to do with my circadian rhythm in the winter. I am actually going to get a therapy light this year to see if that helps me. Because honestly, I think what it is the winter is very hard on my brain with the circadian rhythm and everything, and my brain holds out. I also have a lot of trauma, particularly in November and December. My body remembers, my mom died in December, and I had a lot of like holiday related trauma growing up, religious trauma and stuff. Um, it seems like my brain just like runs out of strength by the spring, and then when everything starts to kick back up, the days are longer, it's warmer, there's more noise outside, there's birds, there's people going outside because it's warm again. My brain just flips out, and it happens whether I'm on Lexapro or not. I think just because since I had come off that medication, I started to get more scared, and I've learned, oh my god, especially this past spring, which was when that panic episode happened, and I was also trying to recover from my eating disorder at the same time, so I was eating more, which gave that panic more fuel. I learned so many skills where I know, yeah, especially if I do manage to come off Lexapro, springtime next year is probably going to be really hard, but I have so many more tools in my tool belt now. So why am I deciding to come off of Lexapro? Well, I was 19 when I went on it. I'm going to be 26 this year. Oh my god, oh dang, that's a long time. I don't know what my adult brain is like when it's firing on all cylinders. I don't. And I've also never really been evaluated for my mental health. I've shown up in psychiatric emergencies, and they take my immediate symptoms at face value and then slap diagnoses on me. I have long suspected that I might be on the autistic spectrum, actually, or possibly even cyclothymic. I don't know. I just know that I am an extreme ball of energy and emotion, and that it can be kind of overwhelming for people, but if I wield it properly, I am a fucking just that's the thing. That's really so this is all part of me trying to turn my life around, because the past 3 years, if I'm going to be very honest, I did not expect to live for very long. I would get so close to ceasing existence, and I'm not just talking about having a plan, I'm talking about actually sitting there with what I was going to use. I have almost lost my life quite a few times over the past 3 years to my mental health. But I haven't gotten around to it, have I? I'm still here, aren't I? And right now, especially as my brain starts to pick up more energy, that Lexapro is leaving my system. I am about 1 week in with no medication in my system at all. I'll get into how I'm feeling, because it's not perfect. But as I'm starting to fire off more, and a lot of it is anxiety, but I'm also thinking a lot. It's not all just anxiety, it's also just me thinking. I'm realizing that, like, I have put almost no effort into improving my own mental health with action and change, because I didn't think I was going to be alive. And also, I think there was a very, very deep seated belief that I didn't fucking deserve it. And I've been working hard on that. I fed my body. I healed it from that, fucking dangerous towing line of the eating disorder. And I treated my body with love and care. And doing that kind of helped me start to realize that, well, why am I treating myself like shit? And I was saying this earlier on Snapchat, like, I am best friends with two of the most kind, loving, incredible people I have ever had the privilege of meeting, and they both think I'm a good person. So why am I constantly trying to run myself into the ground? Like, yeah, I'm kind of messy sometimes, and I'm a lot, that's for sure. But that's also one reason why some people love me. There's a lot to love, that's for sure. And I just, I haven't even given myself the chance to be who, life derailed me so hard. There was a path that was expected of me, that part of it I had issues with and part of it I really looked forward to. It was a mixed bag, but everyone knew I was an extremely bright, talented, passionate, creative, hardworking kid who was going to get shit done. And then life punched me in the gut. And here's the thing. People hear what has happened to me. People hear that I lost my mom in a freak car accident when I was 14 years old, who was my best friend. And my parents had separated 6 months before, so I was still upset with my dad for that. And then he had to come live with me and take care of me. And we were struggling because my mom already had medical debt before she passed away. And then it was just him trying to support us. I was not able to go to college like I should have been. My grades dropped because of my mental health. I did not get good scholarships like everyone knew I would have been able to had my mental health not gotten so severe, because I was extremely smart, extremely far ahead in my classes. Like, the sky was the limit, and then life just gut punched me. And when people hear that, and like the sexual trauma and then the relationship patterns that I got into to re-traumatize myself, and the experiences I've even had as an adult who is higher risk because I'm queer and I'm also a sex worker and I have experienced violence, and like, people, I feel like, especially my mental health, any sort of mental health professionals that I've met, treat me so sick, and like there's nothing I can do about it. And I realized, I was thinking about this today, I'm like, have I not even been trying to be the happy, healthy person that I managed to be? Even when I was 16, I managed to heal myself and get to a much better place. From the time I was like 15 and a half to 17, I was doing really well. And then when I hit 18 and life really piled onto me and I was going to have to figure out what I was going to do for college and stuff, things got really bad really quick. I was not prepared, and I was also not, I didn't have anyone I could really talk to about those things, and it really festered into something nasty. And I hadn't fully addressed my childhood traumas and stuff yet, so that manifested into an eating disorder, and I lost all those years, and I didn't get a job until I was freaking 23. Like, it has been a bumpy fucking ride. But here's the thing. I've been through shit, but so has everyone else. And the majority of what people think is just gonna have me like half ruined forever happened 10 years ago, 11 years ago. Some of it even older. A lot of it even older. And it's always going to be with me. I'm always going to literally have these scars all over me. But I'm a tough cookie. Look at how much I survived. And I feel like with Lexapro, my emotions and my range of emotions has been blunted for like 6 years. And I needed that for the first couple of years of eating disorder recovery. I do not resent going on Lexapro. I resent my ineffectual psychiatrist, who I've always had a bad relationship since the beginning, who kept me on it for so long. There are a lot of people who find great mental health recovery and success by by sorry, I'm blanking. By doing medication in intervals when they need it, and then going off of it when they feel ready, and trying to manage their mental health through self-talk, healthy lifestyle, and all of that. So where am I at emotionally? I came off Lexapro faster than I did last time. I was only on 10 milligrams, so it wasn't very far to go down, but from 5 milligrams to nothing, I probably went too fast. Here we are. I am, I was just in the mental hospital a couple months ago. That probably sounds like this isn't the right time to be doing it, but I have done such intense work on myself. And I feel like this is the next step. And I don't feel like taking a pause. I don't feel like taking a breather. I feel like getting this shit done and getting to the other side. I just want to get it done. I hate the idea of like recovering from my eating disorder and like working on my self-esteem and then stabilizing for how long? 6 months, a year, 2 years? The more I connect to myself and remember who I am as I feed myself properly, the more I'm like, why am I still on this medication that I'm on like the lowest therapeutic possible dose? All it's really doing for me is giving me some mild sexual dysfunction, putting a little bit of a damper on my anxiety, and making my sleep problems worse. That's it. Like, it's not doing a whole lot for me, especially at this dosage. And I've done such hard work. My cat is going to join us. I've done such hard work the past couple months. I feel like I've got enough tools in my tool belt to handle the withdrawals. So, unsurprisingly, anxiety is higher. Irritability, out the wazoo. Those things are probably going to continue for 2 to 3 months. And I'm ready. Because God knows I was an irritable person when I wasn't freaking eating. I mean, I was eating, but the same crap every single day. It's also really nice to be able to comfort eat within reason. I'm not naturally a binge eater, so nothing crazy is happening. But sometimes I just indulge in something that's really nice, because I don't feel good because I'm going through medication withdrawals, and I don't want to like drink, and I can't really partake in cannabis because of my own brain chemistry. It doesn't agree with it. I am exercising. That's another reason why I feel good enough to come off of Lexapro is that now that I'm eating more, it is safe for me to exercise within reason. So I'm exercising. I'm getting back into running, which is something I really liked when I was younger. But I'm not very fast. I can't run very far. So I will update you eventually. I'm running out of phone storage. I'll let you know how it goes. It might even get worse in like a week or two, and it's probably, most people say it's about 3 to 4 months before they really start to feel normal again. I just want my full scope of who I am. I might get reevaluated by a different psychiatrist to see what they think about who I am, but also I'm just ready to be a person. I've decided to not die, so I'd rather just be me, even if me is a little messy. I want to be all of me. And I think Lexapro has actually held me back for a while, unfortunately. I think I was on it just a little too long, and I think I'll be able to see a little more clearly and make some more progress. Just me. I don't even know if I'll include this with the video because it's gonna be long, but I also wanted to just like clarify again. I'm not anti-med at all. Once again, I think Lexapro probably saved my life and cemented my eating disorder recovery for a while. I just think it, like I said, I think it has held me back specifically because I'm an incredibly passionate and driven person. But Lexapro blunts you. It blunts you. I don't get those creative surges. I don't get those terrible dips. But I'll take the dips now that I have more coping skills available and a stronger, healthier body and mind. I'll take those dips if I can get those passionate, creative bursts where I make incredible things that I'm proud of. Like, I've been thinking about it, and I think I actually made my favorite painting that I've ever made while I was trying to go off Lexapro the last time. I'm pretty sure I made a lot of progress on that painting, and maybe even actually started it and conceptualized it when I was going off of it last time. What am I gonna make this time? Maybe I won't make anything. Maybe I'm gonna crash and burn and have to go back on Lexapro. Maybe in 6 months' time, I'm gonna have 3 beautiful paintings done. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'm really wrong, but I want to try. And this is perfect timing. This is perfect timing because springtime, it's not going to come back around for a while. I've got time. I really want to see. Maybe I'm going to experience the full spectrum of me and be like, never mind. I want off this ride. But even now, as I'm so anxious for a large majority of my day, and it takes me so long to fall asleep now, and I keep waking up a million times, and I'm super irritable, and my emotions are just a lot, I actually prefer the way I feel now, even of withdrawals. I actually do. So, we'll see. This is a decision that I think is right for me right now, that has actually been something I've been asking my psychiatrist to do for years. But do not hesitate to continue being on medication or to start medication if you need it, because it has saved my life so many times. I was severely over medicated as a teenager, and that's actually probably the only reason I'm alive today. But I want to heal my brain really bad, and I don't think I can finish the work while still on Lexapro. We'll see. Wish me luck. Like I said, I'll update you.